up top, so he's going to have to fall the pipes. Shots do come through, at least for a little bit of damage, but force the rendezvous to go back. Tom, meanwhile, through mid-map, has secured a kill into Sobroza, and that's going to lead to an opportunity to move over towards B.
Yeah, that was huge. They come up middle with a lot of forces and get the kills. It's now on Rossi on spot to try to slow things down, and boy, does he into the Lecco through the wall there. Catches Guck out in the open. That is big for TSM.
After that first blood, you thought that the crew was just going to be able to run straight into B. But
Sure.
yeah, great hold from Rossi. Great help from Aleko. Now all of a sudden the shoe's on the opposite foot as TSM hold the numbers and the high ground around B without too much contest. Pancakes down low. Seen, but Ori cannot capitalize on the elimination. Rossi now through mid-map. Riddell trying to watch over the top. Also gets eliminated. 2v4 now made a 2v2. 30 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds left.
This wall has been used so much more than any other game of Icebox I've ever seen in my life. How many kills have gone through that? Like four or five? Unreal. Like, you almost never see that many kills come through that same spot. You can see all the X's right there. It's going to come down to a 1v1 here. Kanpeki gets the spike over to A. He will certainly get the plant as Rossi has just hedged his bets on defending B. And so now he's going to have to try to retake basically with nothing, right? He's got no abilities left. It's going to be all down the pistol work. He does have the health advantage. Kanpeki has his rendezvous to play with. Let's see how it pans out. He is certainly at the health disadvantage.
And there is a defensive wall to allow Rossi a chance to isolate at least part of this spike site before we've got to focus on where Kanpeki actually is, which is on the bottom side. Spam shots come through. Screen goes down. Kanpeki sneaking around the back. Nothing on the spike as of yet. Rendezvous denied. Doesn't matter. Kanpeki just completely bamboozled him.
Yeah. I mean, you could see that Rossi was trying to shut down the rendezvous, but did not pick up on Kanpeki swinging in behind. Great job there from Kanpeki to save the day. Again, AKRW looked like they were charging out in front in that round with their mid-push and entry. Good hold initially from TSM on B on the bottom site container. But eventually, AKRW come out on top. They win a 2 versus 4. And that has to be a little bit soul-crushing if you're a TSM fan. You feel like you got that one. You got that lower B hold. You had the 4-on-2. You had good positioning. And then AKRW just picked their way apart into another game.
Oh! Wow. Okay, Neon. Okay, Neon. We saw him do stuff like this before with the Marshall in the tournament already. Doing more of it here. Toxic screen, barrier orb, and Gucci will plant.
That is an uppercut right to the gut. Neon here. He's not done yet, maybe. He's got the Marshall still trained. If he would have hit that, bro. If he would have hit that. He might still hit it.
Wardell. Okay.
Nice.
Headhunter does its job. Marshall now collected by Gucci.
Duck's turn.
4v3. And, well, the defense still has to make its way around this barrier orb. Recon Bolt tries to come out, but Aleko punished for the punish, or punishment for the jump over the top. Corey up top able to respond to one, but there's not a lot of time. Still a lot of work that has to be done for TSM. 2v2. Clock maybe still the biggest opponent. It's all down to the areas of comp. And not enough time for Corey, but boy, did TSM give themselves a look with the pistols of both Corey and Wardell at the end.
If anything, at least that's getting Corey warmed up. Wait, what? Oh, he wanted to die, obviously. Go around there, of course, wanting to get those credits. But yeah, I mean, at least that's getting Corey warmed up. You know, it's getting him some frags, maybe building a little bit of confidence back after having kind of a cold start and fracture. Getting him going on the Reyna is very important, and so at least he can kind of feel, okay, I'm getting it. Yeah, you know, he needed to die to that, so good call.
Full gun round coming through. And for AKRW, it's pretty much even arsenal, save just the Bulldog and the Spectre that's in the mix, but a lot of full armor still to play with. On the opposite side, just due to the TSM economy being hurt by the last results of the first 2 rounds, there are still some utility that's not going to be fully invested into. And you've got Sobroza on light armor, so pretty even round here.
Yuck, gonna pick up the orb. Couple away from Rez now. AKRW testing the waters at B yet again. They do have Calm still kind of lurking it out over on A side. Trying to keep a little bit of presence there, but his wall is down. They're using that to push forward on the B site. Sobroza now playing bottom container to try to defend. Has a spam lined up. They'll disrupt this plant. And again, this wall coming in to effect, and AKRW with 3 in the blink of an eye. Oh, poor Pancakes just got stuck on the other side of the wall. It doesn't matter, though, does it? It's okay. It's okay.
It's a little parkour to get over the top.
Yes.
That was funny.
Like,
Well, Corey and Wardell, I don't think they go for this. I mean, 2v5. No. Point of contact possibly over towards A. Tom's in a sneaky position, top pipes. Depends on the timing of this peak. Wardell right underneath, and that's not going to be good news. Just Corey left. He's kind of stuck at the moment, to be honest. And yeah, it's exactly what I was afraid of. Neon over the underneath, able to find the kill, and that gives a Prime Gaming flawless start. Solid start for a crew.
Yeah, they are looking hot. Again, worth noting, if you lose this, you're done. You're in Open Qualifier 2 next week. Again, winner will be playing the Guard later on this evening for a spot at the main event, which starts next month. Also, in case you're curious, there is a match going on the other side of the bracket right now as we look at this replay. It is NRG facing off against Knights. NRG is a map up. They won Breeze 13-8. They're now on Split. That is being streamed at Observer feed. No casting, but if you do want to watch that, it's going to be on one of the Nerd Street Twitch channels. I believe it's just twitch.tv/NerdStreet if you want to keep up with that.
This pressure deep from Aleko and Wardell may actually allow Corey to get forward and stay forward. Good kill. Back out with the dismiss. There's also information the Spike is going over towards this direction. Trailblazer to clear out mid, and defensively over towards B. The Viper battle is mostly just a cross-section of toxic screens, and that's actually stalling any offense from even seeing what's over through green.
Yeah, it's just kind of the classic Icebox dueling Viper walls, isn't it? Also a snake bite shot underneath there to slow a crew down, but now as it fades, Neon leads the charge. Rossi was spotted. Now backing off safely. Pancake sending the drone forward to try to just clear out some of these close corners, make sure they get free access to yellow. And Neon will dash across to claim that space. Looking to try to find that entry. They need something. They are still a man behind in this, and now it gets even worse. Corey teeing off. That's 2 kills now with the Sheriff. He has been brilliant on the pistol.
And he gets the heal. Tour was earned by Wardell. He's pulled that out to play. So 3v5 winnable, thrifty, possibly on the table for TSM. Shot comes through. Wardell connects on the comm. But the Spike is committed. They're already in. Sabrosa cross corner. And it's not just a potential thrifty. They do it in flawless form.
Yeah, back-to-back flawless rounds from Prime Gaming. This time it's TSM, the victors of it. That's such a big round to win just on the pistols. It starts with Corey with the opening pick and getting away, and he continues to deliver throughout the course of the round. And as you said, Tour de Force comes out from Wardell, and it just goes from good to great for TSM on that round. Gets them on the board, gets some economy built back up. How do a crew want to adjust? They can still fully buy here. Looks like they want to go straight to B right away.
Neon up top, spamming the boxes to make sure nobody's playing forward. This time, Rossi, same wall, different position, wants to play this a little bit closer to home. Not a lot of help here as the defense for TSM is still kind of scouting things out towards A, and they're pushing through it. So
yes,
if this is a retake situation, a lot of it you have to feel like is coming from the flank, and look at the utility from a crew to try to keep this flank safe.
Yeah, they want to make sure that they're not going to get backstabbed here. They probably know that TSM has likely pushed a lot of ground, and so they're kind of stuck at this yellow position. They need to make it work, right? They're going to start sending some utility forward here with Pancakes to try to start clearing out some space, try to get some kills. They just need a couple of good initial trades to get that spike down, get that that Sage wall reinforced to get that spike down. Indeed, they will. Viper's Pit also dropped now as a post-plant tool, but again, it's going to come down to what can Corey do on this flank, and can they get through this Viper's Pit?
Yeah. TSM's defense stacking up front. Early sneak, but does not get around the barrier orb. That's actually not good news. And then Aleko, Shock Dart will punish. Resurrection coming out, Hunter's Fury coming through to respond. Aleko, can he connect with anything? No. Neon trying to push forward, goes 1 for 1, and then Kenpeki to follow up from the tight corner. Means that the kills are all turning up in favor of the offense, leaving Aleko by himself, and he does not expect one final crew member to be lurking around the spike. A crew take their fourth.
Yeah, really well done. For one, they found Corey out immediately on the flank. He didn't get anything done. He tried to slip in when some of the chaos was breaking out over towards the Viper's Pit, but got caught. So I believe that was Pancakes who picked up on that. And then just in general, they're able to avoid the Hunter's Fury. And Pecky just playing that one piece of Sage wall left. Didn't get checked. Able to get a couple of kills from that position. So just all in all, good effort there from AKRW. Gets them up 4-1. TSM still with a bye here. Going double sniper with the Lecco on the Marshall. New angle here for the operator of Wardell. Trying to catch Neon up top, but this time Neon has different plans.
Sabrosa. What a time to get a double, but still just playing with corners. Sabrosa 2 tagged up, could not collect the third. Still an impressive defensive moment from him.
Sure.
And Rossi as well, just kind of making sure the B side stays safe. That is full control. The spike is down mid-map. Got Corey playing forward. Easy killing to Kanpeki, and now it's just down to Pancakes, and I believe they know he's up top here inside of kitchen.
Yeah, he's trying to slip around a little bit here, see if he can't make something happen. Aldron will come into clear kitchen position, decides to go tube instead, so by process of elimination, they're eventually going to find him out. Pancakes trying to hide away from the drone. He does do so, but they know that he could be on that side because they didn't check it. And they also know that Spike is still down. So they still have him pretty well boxed in. I don't really see Pancakes breaking free here. Maybe he gets a kill on somebody, but a win would be out of the question, you feel.
I have this
Trying to stay silent while he drops down.
30 seconds left.
For now, still has stayed concealed even through Rossi, but the problem is Wardell watching the cross underneath tube finds the easy elimination, and TSM thrive in the 6th.
Yeah, both their rounds have been either a full-on thrifty without much, or even that one, you know, they were lacking a little bit, right? You know, having to go with Lecco on a Marshall, so it's still a little bit less than ideal. But Sabrosa is the hero in this round. Gets that kill, and then flicks up onto the ult of Neon. I mean, you feel like he's the X factor of that round. So well done. Sabrosa, often regarded as one of the best guys in the region.
ready.
And so he gets it on that agent, he feels comfortable, and he got a big kill there. Big couple of kills, rather.
Yeah. Look at this offensive setup. Double trademarks mid-map. Gives you the idea that AKRW wants to try to get aggressive towards A early. Tour's going to get pulled out for Kanpeki. Traditional sniper rifle for Wardell. Maybe be called upon. Corey up top. Still good from this position to trade off the first kill from the Hunter's Fury, but Kanpeki tracks down Sabrosa. Then another onto Corey. Seeker is denied. Wardell in the sight, but revealed. And uh-oh. Wardell is in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Rossi's nearby, though. Can help watch the cross. He was able to get the plant off, but now the focus for AKRW is just to make sure that Rossi doesn't actually come into sight.
Yeah, Kanpeki has this screens cross, though. It's going to be so tough. Wardell's breaking the Sova wall, or excuse me, the Sage wall, but Duck's right here, and an instant headshot on the Wardell, and Rossi's just stuck at screens with Kanpeki still watching that cross.
Clean.
And yeah. And that's the power of having Kanpeki on your team as a secondary sniper. It's a free secondary operator, essentially. And this guy used to be a jet opper. He knows this role. He knows how to play with this sniper. He's made way for Neon to be that primary role, but he can still pull it out when need be on comps like this and have heavy impact. And that's what you witnessed there. Really brilliant round.
Possibly the heaviest impact is the fact that you get Corey as the second kill after he popped Empress, too. I mean, that was a lot of what TSM's defense was. Okay, Corey gets the first. Let him just pop off and hold down this front line, but never gets a chance to actually find anything with the Empress. So now, Kanpeki actually will be holding on to the operator coming into this round. Pancakes, they've used this Aldrin a couple of times. Trailblazer mid-map. May actually result in a 1v1. And yeah, Neon seems to have seen this. Sabrosa tagged up. That's going to be the first point of contact, and everything gets pushed back, but Wardell still holding aggressively. Gets Kanpeki as Pancakes, picks up the scope.
He's not done yet. He's pressing forward for more here. We see the bait attempt there from Neon, but it's not going to work. Wardell ready for that peek from Pancakes. That's a huge, and he's still holding down Long Beach. He's still looking for more. Neon able to grab the operator and get out of there. But, I mean, the damage has been done. They're in a 3 versus 5, and while they still have spike possession in some time, they need to somehow beat Corey down at A to try to get some space and numbers back. But Corey has a great angle, but Neon hits him with the operator, and there now is a way back in for AKRW here, Shift. They still have a lot to do, but it's getting easier as each moment passes and each inch of space is taken.
TSM obviously very aware that this is where the hit's going to be coming from. They've fully rotated over. Barrier orb comes up. Spike trying to get planted. Wardell just staring at the barrier orb. Nice shock dart comes through. That's going to tally some damage. The second one lands right on the left heel of Guk. That'll be good for the elimination. But now, 2v4. Neon spammed. Just down to calm. TSM are all over this site. But Calm does have the spike to play off of. Up top, Aleko just floating above, gets the third elimination for him. And with that, also the defuse, which will get him one closer to 100 Fury next round.
Yeah, again, Aleko is one of those Sovas that was an up-and-comer last year, kind of in a similar vein to Derek over at Rise, where they're just kind of these Sovas that were looking to challenge the top ranks. I mean, you got guys out there like BCJ, like EU, like Crashies. I mean, there's a lot of Sovas out there who have been very strong in the NA region, but Aleko, now his name instead of Leviathan, comes in and just shows you a little bit of what he's made of in this round. Huge hat trick to reel it back in for TSM, keep the score close, put a crew on a low buy. Just a couple of Spectres, no alts except Guck, who's very near a res. It's like a crew are once again looking to send it A. Orb, though, going to get captured by Aleko. One away. Actually, no, now he has the Hunter's Fury.
Yep. Yeah, that full play was a setup to allow Aleko to get the Hunter's Fury, but it doesn't matter. Neon still challenges. The Spectre's good for the first elimination, takes the Hunter's Fury immediately out of the question. And even with this, the crew hot and heavily moving forward. One more player on site is Corey. The flash comes out, doesn't make a difference. Sabrosa's still looking to challenge the post plant, though. And very quickly, he's in a position maybe to find more. But Campeki is able to find the trade, leaving us a 3v2. Offense still with the numbers, and Neon still, more importantly, on site. Wardell, it's just an operator and a headhunter. 7 shots to play with. There's 3 of them. Now a 1v1. Snakebite over the top. That's good information for Wardell. Knows that Calm is playing deep and is going to still trust that the operator will be used. Spam shot comes through just to check to see if he's topside rope. Not the case. Wardell looking to hold, and the Snakebite will find the kill eventually.
There's just nothing you can do there. When there's 2 Snakebites still available and Calm can just play safe back, like, you have low health as well to add insult to injury. I mean, there's just nothing you can do there. Great job by a crew doing it in thrifty fashion. And Neon just showing you the power of a rifling jet. I mean, we've seen it, you know, all year long last year with Scream as a rifling jet. We've seen a little bit of it out as well from Corey on TSM on a couple of maps. And, you know, Asuna also kind of had his way with doing that a little bit as well for 100 Thieves last year. And there's a lot of other examples. But Neon's another one of those characters that, you know, is trying to come up, you know, in that jet role, similar to like a Cryo Cells on Xset, where they're, you know, trying to establish themselves as that next class of jet player. And he had a big round there with the Spectre.
Wardell trying to find a timing off this peak with the tour popped as the owl drone came through. Opposite side is his counterpart of Campeki, who's got the operator. Neither will find one another. Defensive Viper's Pit trying to stuff out anything towards A, and once again, it's Sabrosa kind of lurking mid-map with an owl drone potentially to scout out Calm, and yep, that's enough for Calm to say I'm not interested in this battle mid.
Yeah, he is going to get the heck out of there. Trailblazer now sent through, though, by Sabrosa to clear out under 2, make sure that there is no mid-push. Looks like it's going to be all B.
Maybe not. Hard to say. Do you have any tools to possibly clear through this Poison Cloud to recontest mid? We've got Corey watching underneath tunnel, and mid-map specifically is Sabrosa, who needs to keep this turn through mid kind of held responsibly. Spike is now making its way over towards A. And the question is, what do you use to clear out this Viper's Pit? Because Rossi,
or you just go over it. Everyone's going over it because you realize that maybe, just maybe, they're solo holding it with this Viper. They're trusting in him with the pit to just solo hold, and he's still alive. But they're clearing off the rotation. Good dash from Neon to avoid there. As Calm and company are starting to make their way in. Rossi's trying to hold on for dear life to keep this pit up, but Akrush is playing around it and whittling down the defense.
Yeah, Rossi can't do anything here. Has not even really peaked outside of the one instance where he's just trying to stay alive, largely. Ordell, how do you re-enter this with a tour? Apparently with that one kill. Aleko able to help out from above. Now down to Calm. 2 snake bites still to play off of. First one comes through, second one immediately afterwards. Rossi still sticking for the defuse, though, as the snake bite placement was not necessarily as good as it needed to. I think the second one may have been a little bit to the left, but regardless, Rossi holds and TSM to take the 10th round.
Yeah, that's tough because he's fully expecting to either get a kill or stall the defuse with those 2 snake bites to give himself a chance, and it didn't work. And I mean, this was a good move to just play over the Viper's Pit and realize that the defense at A is probably light. They're probably relying on Rossi to anchor by himself a little bit, but eventually Wardell and Aleko able to come in through screens and topside, get the kills they need. And yeah, again, I guess those snake bites just didn't land the mark. And so TSM 2 away from tying this thing up before we switch sides. And yet again, we see Neon relying on the shorty and an ult, but does the ult land? Yes, it does. Aleko gone. Huge entry from Neon.
Another round with the Hunter's Fury is not going to be a part of the equation. Not to mention the lack of utility to try to stall this hit. But now Corey, still up top in a different position, just misses. Really good read on what's exactly coming forward. But can you actually find eliminations? Wardell says, sure, why not?
Spike down A.
Operator connects on Noguchi. That's going to be enough for the spike to drop. It does get immediately collected, but that has completely stopped a Crew's hit.
Yeah, but they can back off now. They can bring this spike back to B. They have plenty of time to do so. And at least one or two defenders from TSM will have to stay very quickly. As I say that, double fake now on the card. Spike coming back. Campeki taking full space on A. If he can get this entry onto Corey. Corey playing under. He's hiding behind the wall. He was not spotted. What is happening here? Corey could just blow this thing up. He hasn't been cleared. It doesn't matter. Corey could just end this by stopping the spike plant. This doesn't matter either. It's time.
5 seconds. Corey around the corner. Wardell up top. There's the kill on the spike carrier.
Down A.
TSM hold on nicely. And I don't know how much of this, small moment, but Pancakes throws out a recon bolt by B that doesn't get past the defensive toxic screen. And I don't know if that was just to sit there and say, hey, we're throwing a dart because we're going this direction. It really wasn't one that needed to find value, but there is a lot of information missing for a Crew in those last moments.
I think the biggest issue here is that you don't clear Corey. He's basically the insurance posse now. Like, even with Campeki going screens and getting his kill, they can never get that spike planted because Corey's always going to be there to shut it down. Then to make matters worse, Wardell even comes out up top with the operator. So, good round from TSM. They're looking to tie this thing up.
Let's play.
Neon updraft dash. Aldrin comes through. Wardell still holds his position. Campeki trying to get resurrected after the tour had come through as he lost the opening duel. Hunter's Fury is now going to duel one another. And Aleko, just damage onto Pancakes, cannot confirm. Sabrosa also getting aggressive through mid. Seekers will allow him a chance to kind of at least deter some of this accrued aggression. But for now, that's all it is. It's just an exchange of a lot of utility as TSM now
wins that battle. TSM, in my opinion, wins the utility battle. They stop the B push. There's no spike plant yet, and Sabrosa gets basically a paved way up middle. Maybe he's a bit vulnerable if he loses a battle, but he's got this space, and I'm kind of surprised Corey's not rotating it with Sabrosa having this space. He's going to send Trailblazer through. It's confirmed it's going to be the hit. Wall goes down. Corey now makes the move. The spike will plant, and it's going to be that 5-on-5 retake.
What a shock dart from Pancakes. It just chewed through a couple of different TSM members, but Sabrosa still with the regrowth, able to bring them back largely to full HP. Now it's on to the retake. Spike planted. Recon bolt denied. Spamming through the Viper's Pit. No connections as of yet. Gucci's still holding close. Pancakes on the long flank. Sees information that's going to be at least communicated in some form. Tapping away at the Spectre. Wardell able to stay alive through this as Campeki falls. Now Sabrosa trying to clear the Viper's Pit. Wardell still more, but it's really on to Sabrosa. Can he find multiple kills inside the Viper's Pit? The answer, no. And now just Corey. Gucci trying to delay as much time as humanly possible. Corey with the kill. Rossi holding tight. It's going to be close. Rossi, yes, just barely. We end the half 6-6.
My goodness, what a chaotic way to end the half. TSM wins the early utility battle, but we see a Crew with Viper's Pit get a plant and look in good position with Pancakes making a late flank, but he's only been very strong, like 8 rounds or better. So it's going to be a big test for TSM with a Crew averaging that many defensive rounds in this box.
Early utility coming forward over towards A for TSM. Even Corey trying to poke and prod to see maybe if he can find an isolated 1v1, and instead it's just about grabbing the orb and then backing away as the spike is already rotated to B. Late wall gets thrown up from Rossi. That will allow a chance to safely plant behind cover of the toxic screen, and now it's on to a Crew to try to retake.
And again, a Crew has been so strong defensive. There's only been one team to stop them from getting less than 8 rounds on the defense. That was Cloud9 Academy back in December. But every other game, they have been super strong in these situations and already off to a good start on this retake with the opening kill.
And that puts pressure to have TSM stay honest towards middle, but Corey is re-clearing this quickly, and then he finds the angle bottom side tube. Oh, Corey, how good is that? Still more to fight off, though. Calm, down low. This is a 2v3. Corey hit, made vulnerable, and then dealt with. Neon, backside of yellow, clearing extra space through. Now just one more to deal with. It's Rossi. Trying to get off the decay, and the late peak is good as the time was ticking down for the defuse.
Yeah, really nicely done there by TSM. A lot of credit has to be given to Corey. Again, we talked about how on Fracture he had a bit of a cold start, but he's been pretty hot here on Icebox. 13-8. Big round there on that late flank through under tube. Pretty tight frag distribution, actually, for TSM when it's all said and done. All of them are having a pretty solid game here. Same could be said in reflection on the other side. Pretty tight. Haven't seen them really pop off just yet. But again, they've been right there in the race the whole time.
Yeah.
Very tight game.
Pistols with a couple of shorties. Actually, a handful of shorties here for a crew. You can see how some of that setup is coming out as both Kanpeki and Com are going to hold tight. Really just off of Kanpeki's information. Maybe allowing Com to get 1-for-1 on this trade if it does come over towards A. Trailblazer to clear out middle. TSM now will scout out just one. Question will be, can Com at least trade out their life for a kill of their own?
Yeah. Gonna be tough here. A lot of shorties in play for a crew. A lot of banana peels are out on the racetrack. The TSM run them over. Can they bypass? Sub Rosa certainly seems to be the ticket to get them past all of this nonsense here from Kitchen. He's getting a kill, but now he's getting a run down a little bit. Starting to feel a little bit of heat. Trying to back off. Good flash to escape through under tube. Or through the tube. Is going to get down, but in the meantime, TSM sweeping through into A site, and they get the entries they need.
Yeah. It's not as clean as you might expect, but you also don't necessarily expect perfection when there are shorties on the table. So the spike gets planted. Neon and Com got the weapons you need to try to re-clear from these positions. But Com does still have a pistol. Neon holding a corner. Actually, may catch Sabrosa here.
Yes.
Just depends on if Sabrosa checks. Seems to. Doesn't matter. Spectre now collected. And the post plant will just back away knowing that, okay, we can just play at distance. Now, not enough time here.
Keep some TSM near, though. Give him a chance to get some exit kills, but Corey and Elecko will not oblige. They'll take them for themselves anyway, carrying over 3 Spectres into their bonus round for the next. The crew will be on the full buy. Vandals aplenty. Neon taking up the Phantom. This will be TSM's first big test. Can they get a bonus round win? If they can, they would create so much separation. Because then they would put a crew onto a save, more than likely, and probably go up 10-6. That would be huge.
Yeah.
So this is a big moment here.
Thing is, Wardell's pulling out the big stick while these 3 Spectres kind of run around.
Yeah.
So that's everything.
The big stick, huh?
It is. I had to find
It is
way to
a
kind of
rather
come back up with
large
the big nasty.
stick kind of shaped object. At least the barrel is.
Flash from Saproba. Oh,
doesn't matter.
Just over the head of
didn't matter.
Kanpeki. Yeah. So first blood tallied. TSM now with some room to work with front side of A. Defensively, Neon is going to be here, and actually crew are rotating in to try to help out as they are going to guess this stack, and TSM have not fully committed yet.
No, they haven't. They're staying as a big bunch. Now starting to clear out a little bit over towards middle. We do see Com kind of trying to keep an eye of under tube. But still very much playing towards the site. And we're seeing a big A clear from a crew, but Rossi's been left behind and could catch this and wreak some havoc. Depends on timing. Did they see Rossi? They're walking towards him with one. Yes, that's going to be Pancakes taking Rossi down. It's going to give them an equal footing at Mancal. And then Wardell gets caught. And that's a huge one. They have to reclaim that spike, but Aleko does get it, and he gets the op kill. Gets it back to a 3-on-3, and they could still plant the spike B, but Rossi, or Com, excuse me, could still disrupt.
Only one Seeker moving forward. TSM should know that this is a free take largely. Lear comes out, and they're going to retry to maybe wrap to play this post point. Backside B. Time is definitely an issue. Aleko able to hold, but the problem is you lose a couple of members. Now it's on to Corey. Empress pop for the 1v2. Neon floating up top. This has been heard. Plus the fall down. Question is timing on this peek from around the back. Neon toggles for the defuse. Cloud burst here. Corey sees the information, gets the first, spamming through the box. Good damage, but then the next shot dismissing away. Not a lot of ammunition, just 2 shots to play with. Now 3 HE. Pancakes finding so much value. But the recon bolt doesn't connect. Time is still being a problem. Has Corey done enough? Pancakes with the kill. And it should be good for Pancakes to also clutch up with the defuse.
Yeah, it was a close one, though. Tip your hat to Corey. He was trying to make some things happen, but AKRW did such a great job pushing A together, getting the clear on Rossi, taking down Wardell to boot, making themselves very dangerous in the retake. It all comes down to this moment here. Shock Dart lands dead center on Corey to take him down to such low HP. And this recon, I'm sure Pancake is scratching his head on how it did not detect Corey. But he was blocked off in double stack, but Pancakes wins anyway in time to get the defuse. Big round for AKRW. But TSM still on to the full buy, as that was a bonus.
Man. Thing about it is, and why I mentioned the fact that Wardell invested into the big stick there is the fact that he actually does not have enough to afford.
Exactly.
So it's technically not going to be a full-on purchase. Corey will also have to make some decisions, I think, about what exactly he wants to do with the purchase. Where on the other side, because they're on defense and because the kills came so closely, it's really not going to be a full purchase on the other side as well. So I actually like this AKRW timeout to figure out what exactly do we want to use into this round.
Yeah, I mean, Neon has ult, so I mean, that gives you a little bit of breathing room on him. But yeah, as for the rest, it's definitely tough. Gucci or Guk, very low on money. Calm, also not very healthy. Same with Kanpeki. It's like Bulldog's going to be the call. Not a bad call. Guardian coming out as well. And this is where these weapons really show you their value. They are cheaper, so you can still get them in abilities and armor, and they have been buffed in one of the most recent patches. So the Guardian's recovery time between shots is a little bit more forgiving. You know, the Bulldog burst fire is a much more powerful with the accuracy, so you can still get a lot of value out of those weapons in rounds like this. So this is a good way to kind of feature those weapons.
Trying to delete the Aldrone. Neon with the blades up top will stay concealed for now. Defensive toxic screen, diagonally moving across. And oh my goodness, the shots from Neon! Exquisite! Now back up top, he wants more!
Oh my.
Give it to him. That's the spike down +3 TSM members.
Oh boy. Neon has absolutely teed off here. Can he do more? Won't get the ace, as Guk is already ensured that won't happen. But could find a fourth. And there it is. A great display of dagger work and airbending.
So
I'm an airbender fan. I have to throw it out there when I can.
This is interesting because now with the Prime Gaming Flawless all off of the blades, now it's kind of like AKRW have just gotten like a mid-half bonus round because they didn't have to use anything else with those Bulldogs and Guardians that you mentioned.
Sure. Yeah, now look at this. Pick up a couple of weapons. Guardian is still in play for Guk, but everyone else is going to be rifled up. We do have a Hunter's Fury available for Aleko. Could be used to clear the way onto a site. Looks like they want to focus here at B, but this is more of the eco, so maybe holding on to that Hunter's Fury, actually, just trying to find out what they can do with these sheriffs. As Aleko clears all the way out to yellow, so they're going to get them some space and an orb.
Slow orb will actually be placed to make sure nobody can cross for free as those toxic screens again just continue to cross-section out the B zone. Defense for TSM still largely okay. You've got a rendezvous position here for Wardell, or pardon me, for Kanpeki that could be used to move quickly back and forth between A or mid, although Kanpeki now is actually sitting mid-tube. He's going to reposition based on how he wants to hit this.
It's going to give him a chance to teleport as soon as he gets to kill to safety, so he can like peek, maybe get a kill and get out of there. Actually, just try to hang around for a double spray down. Only gets one. Free weapon now. See Neon trying to come back and get this one back in his team's favor, but not able to find anything with that tube spam. So kind of a good moment for TSM, really. They get a Vandal, they get into a 4-on-4. They have a little bit of space over towards B. Wardell's still watching for the A push. So this is still up for contest, honestly.
30 seconds.
Zabroza's stuck here, though, with that wall.
True.
But Neon doesn't actually hold the angle, so the flash frees him, and now the problem is the time. 22 seconds, and you don't know anymore what's over towards B.
Defensive split, though.
Yeah.
They have a temporary 4-on-2 on this B side that could lead them to a plant, even with low time.
Make bite. Oh, great catch from our ops team. 7 seconds. Kill from Guk. No problems here. Guardian spam through the top of the poison cloud. No more time to plant. Has to be kills, and there's just not enough time for Wardell to do that. It does make it interesting with one, but wow. That isolation of Sabroza for me, I think, was a lot of that round for AKRW. They kept him pinned for so long.
They really did. But now the full buy is back from TSM. Operator available for Wardell, and no matter what, he will have a Tour de Force coming up next round. So he'll be sniping for a bit here. Also have Viper's Pit for a post plant. You've got Hunter's Fury to clear a path. Viper's Pit, though, can be used defensively by Calm. Usually very popular to see it used at top A to kind of hold that initial A choke point, but can also be used at B early on, which is where he's positioned now, so that might be the call. Duck not too far off of a res. Pancake's not too far off of a Hunter's Fury of his own. Economies for both teams. Well, really, it's only TSM that's fragile, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got
a reserve built up, so
you can send a lot of the economy for a crew to.
You feel a lot of weights on this for TSM, man, just based on how their economy sits. I mean, yeah, you are going to get Tour de Force for Wardell no matter what next round, so that gives you a little bit of flexibility, but they need this dub.
Yeah. Definitely a more important round for TSM than a crew.
Sure. Well, what a story this would be for a crew, right?
100%.
I mean, I think when you're thinking of, like, who's the 4 favorites to qualify, I don't think a crew comes up. I mean, yeah, they had a lot of success.
Some people would say maybe
as a dark horse, sure.
Yeah,
the Nerd Street success, but I mean, they were like beating Radiant and like Radiance and those other teams. Like they weren't beating like the cream of the crop teams that they're facing in this bracket of the region, but they have looked very impressive.
Oh, this is a big moment though for TSM. The Vipers pick get called early, but caught out by the Aldrin was Calm. Immediately triggers the Hunter's Fury. And that's a Viper's Pit immediately taken off the table. Neon also having to give up the angle as the Trailblazer forced him back, brings Sabrosa forward. And defensively for a crew, it's 2 players outside the site and then 2 more mid-map, which is a good isolation for Rossi. That does at least make there's some consideration for TSM that a flank could be coming in, but that is not the case. It's going to be a 4-man hit for a crew from the front.
Yeah, they're all retaken from the same angle here, trying to clear out some of this utility with Shock Darts, trying to get some space. Sabrosa's been spotted up there, but did he? Okay, they're waiting it out. Now they get the free kill on the Sabrosa.
Watch the late flank from Aleko, trying to come through, but it may need to come sooner rather than later. What a shot from Neon! Aleko, position now revealed, finds one elimination, recon bolt down. Kampeki trying to get to halfway. Second kill from Aleko, still holding for the defuse. Can Aleko get there in time? No, cannot! Boy, did Aleko have a chance at it. Sure, 4 kills will still count, but the round, the most important thing, goes the way of a crew.
Indeed it does. Aleko able to save an operator, though, so that can be shifted over to, well, Wardell doesn't have to use a Tour de Force yet. They are able to buy up some rifles around it, so they're still in the hunt. But yeah, this was a big round. A lot of credit to Neon getting early kills. Sabrosa getting caught so early, trying to hide on the rope there, got busted. And the crew just efficient in the trades. You are going to see the Tour de Force oust for Kampeki. Aleko actually gets the op instead, so double sniper.
Yeah, double
sniper pulling out the Tour de Force. Yeah, not bad. Double sniper, though, on attack can sometimes be tough. I mean, there's a lot of long sight lines on this map, so yes, it can be beneficial initially, but it can also pigeonhole you later.
Yeah. Kampeki's also got one of his own. Did Duck see the forward player of Sabrosa? Flash comes through. Duck shakes off the majority of it. Aldrone also on the backside. They know where Rossi is, but it's really about what can Sabrosa do. And the first 2 kills come through cleanly. One inside mid, the other over towards the middle. But how about Pancakes? Hunter's Fury able to counter one immediately. That slows things down.
It does, but there's still a man up here on TSM. But will it last? Kampeki with the Tour de Force able to catch Wardell, gets it back to equal footing at 3 apiece. There is still a sniper out there, though, on Aleko to try to clear away onto A. He's also carrying the spike, and they're seemingly committed to A right now. There's 2 defenders in. No rotation just yet from Calm, but he's in a spot to be able to quickly get over there if need be. But now TSM look to double back here over towards B side. Again, Calm has been left behind. He's got a couple snake bites to stall out the plant and buy time for rotation. And honestly, with the clock this low, he could really screw them with the snake bites.
Absolutely could. And look at the defensive rotation. They've got Pancakes pushing through. They know it's not coming over. There's the first snake bite. Corey taking a lot of damage, has to back up. Oh, but Kampeki puts down the scope for just a moment. 8 seconds. Spike still not being planted as of yet. Corey has to stick this. A little bit of chip damage, but the spike gets planted. Good help coming through, but unfortunately, friendly fire off of the initial shock dart through. Pancakes on the flank. 1v1 with his counterpart of Aleko. It's an operator for Aleko, and he could not get it up in time. Clutch for Pancakes and a crew on 11.
Indeed. We'll give him the Red Bull clutch. He's earned it. That was a very scary round, though. Like, when you see it come down to a 3-on-3 with tight time, and you know that Calm's going to be able to you know, kind of unsettle a spike plant with the snake bites, you're feeling good, but that one doesn't quite land. Corey gets it off, but unfortunately, Lecco comes in with the shock dart at the same time to try to clear the push, and that little jumble gives Pancakes a chance at a 1v2. He comes up with 3 kills in the end, puts it up to 11-8. There is still a buy available here for TSM, but they're running out of room.
Yeah.
They need this round. They are down to the bottom of the barrel on credits.
Must win.
Does seem that way.
Oh, absolutely. Light armors and a Spectre still in the mix. So how much are you looking at Wardell to find an opening pick here with the scope? How about
Look how much space Neon gets.
Oh, my goodness. And all that's from Pancakes in the early information, but immediately countered.
Trying to stay alive. Does actually get away. That's big. Campeki now holding a forward angle. Do they expect a second operator in play?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know he had Tour de Force, but now you don't know. Meanwhile, Corey gets a lot of space here on A. There's a lot of weird things going on here all across the map, and you feel one of them is going to be the difference maker, but which one's going to pay off? Look at Corey. He's got so much room. Oh,
catches a toe of Sabrosa.
Look, still, what? I mean, do they know Corey's this deep?
There's no way. No one's really been defensively inside A at all, so I mean, you could possibly expect that. And then with the push, you kind of know that, okay, now they know. Corey's forward, all right.
I mean,
so everything will start to normalize.
They were playing safe enough to where it didn't matter so much, but I mean, it's still sight control for a spike plant. But, oh, look at this from Pancakes. What a maneuver.
Smoothly gets in. Guiding Light will affect him. Tries to back away. Rossi will not allow it to happen. Recon Bolt does not get out. 20 seconds to the clock. Spike now making its way forward. Wardell trying to hold a corner. All the Viper utility now blossoming again. Com around the corner. Spike gets planted down low. Kill comes out. Then up top, Com for the double. Kenpeki also in the mix. Just up to Sabrosa and nowhere for him to go. The Headhunter doing its job again. A crew, map, and match point.
Oh my goodness. What a beautiful disruption from Pancakes early in that situation. Again, they didn't allow Corey to gain anything but space with his aggression at A. They played safe. They played for retake. And then, again, Pancakes gets the initial disruption to kind of slow things down, and then Com follows it up. What a beautiful sequence there from Com. Low and high, and that's map and series point for a crew. They are a moments away from joining XSET in version 1 as the teams qualifying for the main event. Can they put the finishing touches on it? Neon tries to get aggressive. Stays.
Full.
Wow, he stays. That's so bold.
Keep in mind, you've got no armor for Aleko or Wardell here. There are full rifles, but utility is minimal. Armor is low.
I like this from Corey. He didn't hear Neon dash, so he knows that Neon could still be there. So he's kind of watching for it, but Neon isn't committing all the way. He's just holding the space. He's being joined by Campeki. They're just making sure that A is locked down for now. It's going to take a fight to get it. They're playing retake B, but they also have a good focus at middle. So this is interesting from a crew. They have some good positioning here.
Spike drop.
A little bit of an exchange of who carries the spike in. Seekers are ready for Sabrosa. Snakebite pushes off the initial plant attempt. Aleko still trying to hold ground. Hunter's Fury available for him. How big could that possibly be as he backs up towards yellow? And so has TSM. They're still stuck inside of green here, Dust.
Yeah. A lot of space has been taken. This mid push could be huge from Pancakes, depending on how it plays out. Campeki spots the cross. Wall goes down. Spike now coming in. Seekers leads the way as well. But Com gets first blood.
However, Sabrosa gets through. Makes a mess of the backside of the defense. Neon across the middle of the map. Finds Rossi that keeps the flank safe. The spike still has not been planted as of yet. Will successfully get on by Sabrosa. Corey still with the Empress popped. TSM's last chance. 3v2. Resurrection available. Pancakes will come back. Hunter's Fury now through. It connects for the first. Aleko, can you find more than that? Holds on to the third dart to try to hold off as much as possible with the clock. Corey, big elimination. Now it's just down to the barrier orb and the play from Pancakes, who gets one, but not the second. TSM stay alive.
Indeed they do. By the slimmest of margins, but they get it done. A lot of credit must be given to Sabrosa and Rossi on some of those entries. When Pancakes was challenging middle and a crew were owning a lot of real estate on the map, you felt like they had some good chances. They were stalling TSM so very well. Even got the opening kill, I believe. But just good response from TSM. Held their grit. found a way to win. Now I just need to get 3 more to force extra rounds, but it's not going to get any easier. There's still credits to spend for a crew. They also now have a couple of alts at their disposal. No alts in play for TSM for the next couple of rounds, probably.
Neon knives come out in the opening moments. Ordell, sniper in hand, big pick versus Kampeki. Sage will get away, but the first blood tallied, and the defense has not a lot of room to work with here.
No, it's up to Guk here. He's trying to actually re-aggress long. This is a very risky play. Trailblazer stuns him. He cannot get away. Sub Rosa, huge play there to get them now a 5-on-3. And with credits this low, does a crew even really want to test the waters on this retake?
You get the feel that they kind of have to with Neon popping the ult, though.
Yeah, I guess. I think it'll be situational. If they can get a couple of kills and it looks like there's a chance, they might continue to go for it. But if they lose someone early and it goes to 2-on-5, you kind of have to save a couple of these weapons, I feel like, with the credits as low as they are.
Fair.
And they do have a couple of rounds of cushion. So, I mean, you could send it, but...
Neon over the top. Oh my goodness, that's the spike carrier down. Hunter's Fury is still available if Pancakes wants to use it. Com now rotating over. And then the spam shots for Pancakes! 3v5 now, 3v3. Neon's forward. Time ticking away, and you still have potential for a crew to rotate and keep the mid safe. They track back for a second, but the focus has to still stay on to B.
They still
Snake bite to delay. Neon through. Hunter's Fury trying to create space for him. Not going to happen. Corey for the double. Just on to Pancakes for a 1v2. Time becoming a problem. Pancakes, has he done enough? It's a 1v1 with Corey. Pancakes with the shoulder for the win! Pancakes gets the 1v3 Red Bull clutch! And it's a crew who 2-0 TSM onto their final chance to qualify.
Oh my goodness, TSM going to be kicking themselves a bit. That's a couple of times this series they've had the numbers, but they couldn't close, and a crew instead just looks more